It's an attack on working women. That's the union's response to the government's shock move, halting all current pay equity claims. The changes announced today by Workplace Relations Minister Brooke van Velden will raise the bar for proving historical undervaluation in female-dominated workforces. The move cuts off current claims and makes lodging new ones almost impossible. Senior political reporter Jenna Lynch begins our coverage of a day of surprise announcements.
Women's rights are under attack! Stand up, fight back!
A spontaneous rally organised at late notice, sending a clear message.
What do we want? Equal pay! When do we want it? Now!
The visceral anger on full show.
If I was allowed to, I'd go up and smack them in the face, but I'm not.
As these workers digested the news, the government was pulling the rug out from under pay equity claims.
I was so angry because, like my colleague here was saying, we're so undervalued, especially in the care and support sector.
Care and support workers are fuming.
This is about our dignity and our values.
Library workers gutted.
I'm so hurt about today's announcement. We've been working so hard, our little team, our little bargaining team.
Nurses thrown for a loop too.
I actually thought someone was having me on when someone came and said, we all have to go up to Parliament, because I just couldn't believe that they could do that. That just undermines everything that we all stand for, that we work for.
The Workplace Relations Minister made the shock announcement this morning that the government would urgently amend the law, making it harder for a workforce to prove gender-based discrimination.
Equal pay is about gender-based and sex-based discrimination, genuine discrimination. We believe that those settings have been muddied.
The legislation came about after aged care worker Christine Bartlett won a landmark 5-year-long pay equity battle that reached the Supreme Court. That resulted in a $2 billion settlement.
Absolutely brilliant. And I get very emotional. I'm emotionally happy about it. It's been a long time coming.
At the moment, employees or unions can take a case on behalf of a workforce if it's 60% female-dominated and undervalued. That'll change to 70%, and there must be evidence the case has, quote, merit. Currently, the two parties looking to settle work through a claim by looking at what male-dominated jobs are paid in other industries and try to determine a fair value from that. That'll change too, the government introducing a hierarchy of comparators.
We'll be asking people to compare themselves to male-dominated workers within the same employer. If that is not there, then within the same industry, comparing themselves to other similar employers. If there is no comparator there, within that same industry, but you cannot go fishing for discrimination across the New Zealand workforce.
In some cases, like care and support workers, there isn't a good male-dominated comparator within the same industry.
And we should be valued for what we do. You know, not everybody wants to wipe asses. Let's be real up in here.
The law is being rammed through under urgency with zero consultation. Women don't get to tell Parliament how they feel.
Look at these women here. We were all around the cabinet table and we've got very strong voices.
No, you speak for the lower paid women in society, all of you.
Well, I think I uphold the aspiration that all New Zealanders have, which is to see the workers that we value across a range of professions paid as well as possible.
The changes will save the government a huge amount of money.
Policy changes that I'm delivering today will go some way, and quite a substantial way, to find very real and significant cost reductions to government.
No one willing to say how much, except it starts with a B.
It could be up to billions of dollars. Obviously, that information will be budget sensitive and revealed in due course.
Billions, and I will make clear at the budget that number. I will make clear at the budget.
I can't disclose that. That's budget sensitive information.
Are you doing this to make your budget add up?
No.
She says no, but he says Brooke van Velden has saved Nicola Willis's budget.
I actually think that Brooke van Velden has saved the taxpayer billions, she's saved the budget for the government, and she has made pay equity workable for New Zealand women, New Zealand men.
Let's be very clear what this is about. This is Nicola Willis saying to women up and down the country, sorry, but you are the sacrificial lambs who are going to have to pay the price for the government's forthcoming budget. Women are going to be paid less than men on an ongoing basis in order to pay for Nicola Willis's budget.
Well, they've done it to save money, and they've done it, what it does is it sends a signal that the work that women do is not valuable.
Willis says women will win from her budget. just not on the equal pay front.
What are you taking that money from women to put towards?
That money will go directly into supporting women who are teachers, women who are nurses, to make sure that our health system can pay them well.
It will go into their pay?
Supporting frontline services. Yes, in our
You'll
budget,
ring fence it to go into their pay?
I won't be ring fencing it.
So those who are feeling hurt and angry,
It's like a slap in the face.
may just have those feelings intensify when Willis unveils her budget later this month.
Okay, Jenna, how quickly will the law be passed, and what about those savings?
Yeah, they are ripping through this at a rapid pace. It has already passed its first reading in Parliament. They're now onto the committee of the whole House, and it is likely that the bill will pass into law this evening. Those savings, we were all wondering how Nicola Willis was going to make that budget work with the $1.3 billion she'd given herself to spend and all of the demands on government expenditure. There'd been some speculation around, perhaps cutting a KiwiSaver subsidy or something here and there. That doesn't make you billions of dollars, and now we have the answer. And because she hasn't said how much it is, that has now given Labour a massive stick with which to beat the government all the way to budget day and beyond, because anything they announce from here, it will be judged against whether it is worth taking equal pay off the table for women.